سبيل الدموع سبيل مريح تنهدى يا صاحي كي تستريح وبث الدعاء الخفي الصريح.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين نبينا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and welcome to another episode of 3C Hanafi. Concise, comprehensive, concise it is. We don't go over 5 minutes, or we try not to go over 5 minutes. Sometimes we do make it to 6, but we don't go over too much. Comprehensive, well, we are covering all the key particulars with respect to the 5 pillars. Corroborated, well, I have now, mashallah, got into the routine of obviously giving you references each time. So, next, what are we turning into? Well, we're going to do one last recording, and then we're going to start talking about major filth, which is according to some, but not others. So these have all been unanimously accepted as major filth. And the last one which has been unanimously accepted as major filth is khamr. Now khamr, which we normally translate to alcohol, is understood to be referring to ethanol or ethyl alcohol, and that's considered by the consensus of the ulama, as we've already said, as filth. Why? Due to the verse of the Quran, Surah Al-Ma'idah, ayat number 90, in which it says, "Innamal khamru," indeed, let's leave it at khamr, we won't translate it. Wal maisir, maisir is gambling. Wal ansab, and altars, sacrificing animals at the altar. Wal azlam, divining arrows. Rijs are filth, and they are min amali shaitan, they are acts of shaitan. Fajtanibuh, so avoid them, refrain from them, protect yourselves, stay away from them. Now, when we speak about khamr, we're speaking about khamr which has come from dates and grapes in particular. Now, we do open some discussion in that area that really it should include all, because why specify it? However, we'll touch upon the reason why we specify it. So synthetic alcohol, as I've just touched upon there, which is alcohol being made in the laboratory, and its derivatives, is permitted to use as long as it's not consumed, as it is not regarded as filth, because it's, as I said, it's the dates, it's the one which is coming from the fermentation process from fruit. That's where the problem lies. But it's still considered as an intoxicant. So we can't utilize khamr in those volumes which would be considered as an intoxicant. So sometimes you do see the use of alcohol in things like night nurse, and quite large percentage of it as well. I can't remember now off the top of my head what it was. But that is actually having somewhat of as a sedative. It's sort of calming the person down, relaxing the person, as what alcohol does. We now see obviously the use of alcohol as a flavor enhancer or solvent, and it is in widespread use in foods and drinks. So what do we do now that we see alcohol? We see it so many times as flavor enhancers or as flavor solvents for flavors to dissolve in. Does that mean every single thing now becomes impermissible? So it's near impossible to avoid, and sometimes because the percentages are so low, it doesn't even record them on the back of the container or the tub. So it's near impossible to avoid. So and it becomes umum al-balwa. And it is synthetic as well. And also it is an extremely low concentration. So these three things: one, that is synthetic, is not the alcohol that's being referred to. Secondly, because of umum al-balwa, that to try to avoid it would be near impossible. And thirdly, it's in extremely low concentrations because it's only there as a flavor enhancer or as a solvent for flavors. Based upon that, the ulama have considered it not to be filth. However, depending on its volume, obviously if it did not meet those three conditions, then it would also be considered as impermissible because of its intoxicating nature. So it's two characteristics that it has that we have to be careful about. Oh, you got a bit excited there. I was about to close it off. I've only got 1 minute left. And finally, losing my head. And finally, the meat and the milk of animals which are not consumed. So those meat, any animal which is not consumed, not permissible, even through slaughtering, then its meat and its milk is not permissible. It's considered as filth. Okay, so these are also considered as filth. Now we will stop it there, because next time we've got 30 odd seconds here. The next time, inshallah, we will start our new discussions on major actual filth as determined by some and not others. وآخر دعوانا أن الحمد لله رب العالمين Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
بث الدعاء الخفي الصريح يسعى كالفضاء